Part two, I asked for a divorce after being married for only 75 days. So, to pick up where I left off, we were great. Everything was going great. We were dating. We were having a good time. We were getting to know one another. And one day I was at his house. We just chit chatting it up. And he was like, I really see myself marrying you. And I was like, oh, you do? And he was like, yeah, I'm for real. Like, I really do see you as being my wife. So I didn't take it as serious as he was saying it. So I was kind of like, yeah, okay, laughing or whatever. So he was like, nah, I'm serious. Like, I want you to be my wife. We should go get married. And I was like, okay, still not really taking it serious and not thinking that it's something that he wanted to do at that time. I thought like he meant like down the line or whatever. But he was like, no, we should go get married. I'm going to go get you a ring. We should get married. So I called my sister. I told my sister, like, this man's serious about getting married. And so we laugh. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And so we're laughing because she had already met him. So she had already been around him or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to do it. And the way that my sister and I are, we got each other backs no matter what. Because at the end of the day, we know, like, whatever it is, I'm gonna help you get out of it. You gonna get out of it either way it goes. And that's just the truth. It wasn't that deep, y'all. I didn't approach marriage from a religious standpoint. I didn't approach it from a love standpoint. Marriage is not about religion. Marriage has nothing to do with that. Marriage has nothing to do with love. Marriage is a business contract. It's a business deal. So the same thing as if you were going into a business partnership with someone and the terms and conditions of that contract were not met and you sever your business ties, that's the same way I looked at marriage, and that's just the truth. So he was like, yeah, we should go get married. Let's set a date. So we set the date or whatever, which was days later. And so I was at his house, so I went back to my house. And so I started to prep and prepare for the day. So I, went and got my nails done, went and found a dress, went and found something to wear. And I'm just like kind of nervous, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm just going to do it. What do I have to lose? Because in my mind, we're not about to combine assets. We don't have children together. I live over here, he lives over here. Maybe eventually, once I see, then things will be okay enough for me to feel comfortable enough to talk about that. But as of right now, it's not that deep. And I'm just being honest. And so I went and got my nails done, got my hair done, got me a dress, did all of that. And so my sister and I are talking the whole time. I think I called my cousin too. And my cousin and I are the same. Like, as we have the same type of relationship that I have with my sister. So it's kind of like, girl, go ahead. You ain't got nothing to lose. That's just how we are. And so the day of, so I get dressed. I go to back to his house because we're gonna go from his house to the courthouse to get married. So we get to the courthouse and it's closed. And we're like, okay, the courthouse, why is the courthouse closed? Come to find out it was like George Washington's birthday or something crazy that we never even thought about. Red flag number one. That should have told me not to keep going. So we decided to go out to eat, talk, have a good time, reset the date. So I believe we set the date a couple of days later. So I was like, all right, cool. So the day of, we go to the courthouse, we get dressed that morning, we talk about it, we go to the courthouse. So as we're entering in the courthouse, it's cold. It's December, so it's freezing outside. And so I have on these boots that come up like above my knee, underneath my dress or whatever. And so when we get to the metal detectors, they're like, you got to take those boots off. You can't come through here with boots on because we got to be able to see what's in your boots. So it kind of made me, I'm like, red flag number two. So I had to take my boots off so that I could walk through the metal detector. I also had some lotion in my handbag, and they said that the lotion bottle was too big to bring inside, so I could either walk it back to the car, have him walk it back to the car, or I could just throw it away. And I was just like, whatever, throw it away. So we get through the metal detector, we hold hands, they tell us what floor to go up on. So we go up on the floor to the where you get the marriage license, and we have to sign in or whatever, and so she gives us the form, and so he's filling out his portion of the form, then he hands it to me. I'm filling out my portion of the form, and I'm just in my head like, damn, I'm really doing this. Still just going with the flow, like just going with the flow. And so we fill it out. The lady verifies our ID. Then we have to go back to the like another room where the lady reads through the form and confirms that I'm who I say I am. He's who he says he is, and we are not currently married to anybody else. And so she gets to the part of the form where she's like, how do you want to take his last name? Do you want to hyphenate do you want to hyphenate it? How would you like for it to be? And so I was like, hyphenate it or whatever. And so he kind of looked at me, but I didn't care. So I was like, hyphenate it. So she was like, okay, we'll hyphenate and we'll put his last name on the end of yours. So we continue to go. We go through all that. She signs it off. She gives us this paper and tells us that we have to mail it off in order for it to be effective. So we're going to have to put it in the mail. They're going to have to stamp it. The judge has to stamp it, send it back after we get it officiated. So we're like, all right, cool. So he calls one of his favorite pastors and was like, we just got a marriage license. I would like for you to marry us. And so the pastor and his wife was like, oh my God, okay, cool. Like, we'll do it. So we go get something to eat after we leave the courthouse because we're hungry. And the pastor was like, it was going to take him a couple of hours to meet us to get it officiated. So he's calling everybody, telling everybody in his family, which we had talked about that we were not going to like make an announcement until later. And for me, I wasn't going to tell nobody but my sister and my cousin because I just ain't want to put people in my business like that. So I didn't want to like make no grand announcement. And for me, again, marriage was not a big deal in that sense because we were not connecting our lives right away. So I knew I needed like time to see. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So so we talk about that and we're like, we're not going to make a big announcement. The minute he get a chance, he calling his sisters, he calling his cousins, he calling his friends. Oh, I just got married, and everybody like, oh, you marry her? She's pretty. You got a good wife. Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, damn, he just telling everybody. Whole time I'm just telling my sister and my cousin, and we texting back and forth, like basically laughing about it. And so we go get something to eat, and then we meet the pastor for him to officiate. So before the pastor officiates, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. The pastor's wife comes into the bathroom. So she's like, you're gorgeous. It's the day that you're getting married. We've been married for 30 years. Basically, like giving me advice, like how they've been had ups and downs, how there's gonna be really hard times, but there's also going to be good times, and how you gotta put your marriage first and keep people out your business and don't tell people what's going. Just the whole spiel. And she'd have been married to this man for 30 something years. So I'm like, okay, I'm listening. I'm like, all right. So we go out there. The pastor starts to officiate. And I'm just standing there the whole time, like basically in like a daze almost. Like I was just not even there, honestly. And so he goes through the vows or whatever. We say, I do. He has officiated the damn marriage.